People often get confused between branding and marketing. But here, when I say people, then I don't just mean a regular audience. I'm talking about professionals too. You will agree that branding is a confusing term. If I ask you to tell me the definition of a brand or branding, you will start fumbling for sure. But the problem is, this confusion doesn't end with the definition. There are hundreds of other myths that exist, and today I decided to bust some of them. Hey guys, my name is Astha from PaperVideo. Today I'm going to tell you some branding mistakes that every marketer should avoid. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon for notifications. I have already said that people don't exactly know what brand and branding means. Therefore, let's know the definition of a brand first. A group of people says that a brand is a product, and then another group considers logo and brand a similar thing. But none of them is correct. In reality, it is so much more than a logo or website. Your brand is how others recognize your business. In simple words, brand is your reputation. Let's take a few examples. The first example is for foodies. Hey fellow foodies, so tell me, what will be your reaction when I tell you that there's a new burger on the McDonald's menu? I'm sure you will excitedly open the food ordering app and undoubtedly order that burger. This undoubtedness is there because McDonald's has built itself as a food brand. Now let's take another example. This one is for the tech ninjas. Guys, have you heard about multinational technology company Apple? Now you will say, come on Asa, who has not? Apple is now a homely brand for all of us. However, that's a different thing that a very few of us can afford Apple products. Still, we consider Apple a huge brand, and when it hikes the prices of its product, we just unsurprisingly say, after all, it's Apple. This brand image has been built by Apple only. So, brand is neither a logo or a tagline, it's an image. It's the quality that keeps you coming back for more. These brands you love have built something that keeps you loyal. In other words, a brand is solely the result of how your audience feels when they see your business. Now we have understood what brand means, but do you know branding and marketing are two different words? You don't. Don't worry. I will quickly tell you that too. Marketing and branding are two different things. Marketing drives sales and branding generates positive feelings about your business. Marketing is all about spreading the word, but branding does not let you forget that word. Marketing is for customers, but branding is for everybody, even your employees. You know how people run towards famous companies? Making that reputation is called branding. I hope now it's clear what brand and branding mean. Let's move on to the next part, the common branding mistakes that people commit. Underestimating the importance of a logo. The logo may not be the whole brand, but it plays an important role in making your business a brand. People often misunderstand the importance of a logo. Some businesses change their logo within a few months because they realize the earlier one wasn't good enough. But this is not a good practice. A logo helps viewers form the image of your company. So you should stick to your logo for a longer period. You can change your logo once the audience is familiar with your business. However, changing a logo when your brand has already laid down its roots can be pretty scary. For example, in 2010, American clothing retailer giant Gap made this mistake when they launched their newly designed logo, which received backlash. A logo is one of the main features of your brand. Some other common logo mistakes include using illegible fonts, poor choice of color combinations, having long or unnecessary slogan, using a symbol that doesn't match your brand or business purpose. A logo becomes your brand's identity, and changing it can affect the image, so it's best to get it right the first time. But do you know an important thing that comes before any visual is understanding your business and strategy? Knowing the business is an obvious thing. Everybody who is willing to establish their business as a brand should know everything about their business. But people often don't get what is the USP of their business and how they want their audience to recognize their business. That means you will need to fully know your brand and the entire competitive landscape. You will have to research and keep up with industry trends. You will have to create buyer personas. So before you start designing the brand logo and finalizing the aesthetics, make sure to create a brand strategy. Without the right strategy, your beautiful aesthetics won't work. Another mistake that businesses often commit in their initial days is not maintaining brand consistency. But you should avoid this mistake, and your brand should deliver a consistent message irrespective of platforms. Not maintaining brand consistency is one of the worst mistakes you can make. Maintaining consistency turns the lead into your customer. Therefore, if you want your branding to be successful, you need to ensure that you give your customers the same user experience in all of your digital channels. But how can you do that? Don't get fancy with your social media handles. What I mean is keep your social media handles the same as your website name. Maintain the same visual aesthetics across all your social media profiles. Apart from visuals, a few other things play a role in keeping your customer loyal to your brand, but people often underestimate these things and eventually make mistakes. So, what are those things? The first one is not showing your value proposition. You have to tell your audience why your brand is unique and different from others. If you fail at this, the audience won't stick with your brand. But showcasing your value proposition doesn't mean you should tell a lie or something. While spreading the word about your value proposition, make sure to state the facts clearly. You don't need to use many buzzwords that don't mean anything precise. State clearly what solution you are offering and how. And the other one is ignoring public opinions. People often ignore their audience's feedback. Have you stopped to consider what the public thinks about your brand? Take a step back and assess where you stand if you haven't. You automatically become a loyal and trustworthy brand when you understand your audience and hear their opinions. Nowadays, engaging with the audience is an easy task. All you need to do is keep an eye on your customers' responses and bond with them. So that's it for today. We talked about some common mistakes. Now it's your turn to comment below the mistake that you have committed as a marketer. By the way, if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to like and share it with your friends, family and colleagues. Thank you for watching.